and this is CJPME's Reality Check. If you're like me, you're getting really fed up of being accused of singling out Israel every time that you highlight Israel's human rights abuses against Palestinians.
This is a singling out of one state.
And once again single out Jews and Israelis for ill treatment.
Continues to place the blame unilaterally on Israel.
It singles out Israel for special treatment on human rights.
BDS, which again singles out Israel.
Even celebrities like Adam Sandler, Seth Rogen, and Sylvester Stallone have accused activists of singling out Israel. Of course, with their credentials, I'm not sure anyone really listens. But to be fair, you have to admit, Israel actually is being singled out. Not for criticism, but for favoritism. I mean, let's face it, for decades Israel has been given preferential treatment by Western governments. Now, don't get me started on how the US gives Israel preferential treatment. But hey, since we're in Canada, let's just focus on how Canada gives preferential treatment to Israel. First, after only 3 months in office, Trudeau's government supported a motion to condemn Canadians who wanted to boycott Israel for its human rights abuses. A move that Amnesty International said contradicted Canadian civil liberties. At the time, a few Canadian MPs actually suggested that people boycotting Israel are the new face of anti-Semitism because they single out Israel for criticism. So you're telling me I can criticize Canada, but I can't criticize Israel? Seriously? More recently, our government went out of its way to favor Israeli business interests in Canada. In 2017, the Canadian Food Inspection Agency ruled that falsely labeled Israeli wines could be sold in Canada, in violation of Canada's own food labeling laws. And while the government is busy making sure that nobody says anything bad about Israel on Canadian soil, internationally, their behavior is even worse. When it comes to Israel, our silence and obstruction at the UN is an embarrassment. This past November, for example, Canada joined the US and only 4 other countries in voting against a UN resolution condemning Israel's illegal annexation of East Jerusalem, which, by the way, passed by 151 to 6. I mean, what the heck, Trudeau? Why are we voting in a bloc at the UN with countries like Micronesia and the Marshall Islands rather than our European allies who consistently support Palestinian human rights? To top it all off, after finally speaking up for Palestinians, our Canadian government opposed the UN's call for an independent investigation into the events in Gaza. The question we need to ask ourselves is why Canada is protecting a country that kills, colonizes, and maintains a 50-year military occupation. It's time we stop singling out Israel for favoritism and hold them to the same standards that we would any other country. We call it treating Israel like any other country.